Start today's lesson. I think we're not going to have a lot of people because this is a weird time. This is kind of in between when people are going to bed and waking up, so my schedule's a little off right now because I've been so busy. So I've got two idioms for you today, two interesting idioms for you that I think are very useful and that you will enjoy. So we can go ahead and get started with those. My first idiom is speak of the devil. Has anyone heard this? Speak of the devil. The idiom speak of the devil. Do you know what this means? To speak of the devil. I'll wait a little bit, make sure everybody gets on. Speak of the devil. I gotta know. It doesn't look like people have heard of speak of the devil. Oh, someone has, yes. So the devil is, commonly, it's the guy with the horns. That's what the devil looks like. And so a common phrase in the United States is speak of the devil. And what this means is that if you're talking about someone, so a perfect example is if I'm talking about one of my friends, and I'm talking about him, let's say he did something mean to me, and I don't like that he did something mean, so I'm talking bad about him. And so I'm talking to him with someone else, about him with someone else, and then all of a sudden he appears in the room. He walks into the room. Well, what I will say is speak of the devil, and that means that, oh, I was talking about him before, didn't expect him to arrive, and then all of a sudden he arrived, and that's where speak of the devil comes from. Another common phrase is speak of the devil and he shall appear, and that means that if you are talking about a specific person, then most likely, it's kind of funny, if you talk about someone, then all of a sudden they arrive or they show up and you see them. It's kind of like, it happens to me all the time when I listen to music. I listen to music and I imagine a song. So I picture listening to a certain song and then it comes on the radio. Oh, cool. There's a similar expression in French. Good. Cool. So yeah, if you're talking about someone and they appear after you get done talking about them, if you see them after you get done talking about them, then you'll say speak of the devil. That means you were talking about that person and all of a sudden they arrived or they showed up and you can see them now. So you'll say this about anyone you're talking about, but you aren't talking about them to themselves. You're talking about them to someone else, and then they appear. So does everybody understand? That's a little confusing. Speak of the devil. Cool, I got a yes. So that's pretend if I'm talking about AJ right now. Let's say I ask you, is AJ on Periscope right now? If I say, is AJ on Periscope? And all of a sudden, AJ comes on Periscope. My phone shows me AJ's on Periscope. I will say, speak of the devil, because I was guessing that he might be doing that. Yeah, that's perfect. Speak of the devil. Your husband walked in the room. That's funny. But yes, so you're talking about someone, speaking about someone that's not present, that's someone that you can't see, that's not in your present area, and then all of a sudden they appear after you talk about them. They show up in your vision, in your presence, and then you say speak of the devil because you didn't see them before when you were talking about them, but now you can see them. So is that a better explanation? It's a little hard to explain. It's a fun one to use, though. It's one of my favorite idioms. I say speak of the devil a lot. If you've seen The Dark Knight Rises, the Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises, Bane says at one of the scenes, Bane, the big guy, the big muscular guy with the mask on, he says the phrase, speak of the devil and he shall appear. And he said this because someone was talking about him, and then all of a sudden he showed up after they were talking about him. And they weren't expecting to see him, and he heard them, and he said, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. It's a cool movie. If you haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises, it's a pretty cool movie. The Dark Knight Rises. So I think everybody got that one. They understand speak of the devil, so we'll move on to the next one. I have one more idiom for today. And my idiom is taste of your own medicine. Taste, so to taste something of your own medicine. Has anyone heard this idiom? Taste of your own medicine. Oh, there's a person behind me. I don't know who it is. Taste of your own medicine. Has anyone heard this? Taste of your own medicine. No. Okay, cool. I'm seeing no. Wait a little bit for everyone else to comment if they've heard this. Taste of your own medicine. No? I'm getting no's. Good, good. I like teaching new things. I love teaching new things. So, taste of your own medicine means that if you do something to someone else, so let's say I do something bad to someone else. Let's say I cheated on them. Let's say I cheat on my girlfriend. So, taste of your own medicine. I cheat on my girlfriend, and then in a future relationship, I get cheated on. Well, what this means is someone could say, well, you got a taste of your own medicine. And what it means is you did something to someone else, and then it happened to you. So it's a taste of your own medicine. Another example would be, I didn't really cheat on my girlfriend. It's just an example. But another example would be if someone lies, or you lie to someone. Let's say I lie to someone about something, and then later someone lies to me about the same thing. Well, that's a taste of my medicine. That's a taste of your own medicine, because I did something bad to someone else, and then it happened to me. So I tasted my own medicine. So I did something bad, so I felt what it was like to experience that, for that to happen to me. It usually happens when you do something bad to someone else. So if you do something to hurt someone else or do something bad to someone else, and then it happens to you, it's a taste of your own medicine. A perfect example would be I pranked my friends. I pranked my friends at school. And you know, there's a little hose, like a little sprayer, like a water sprayer, on faucets and on sinks in the United States. And what we do is we always put tape around them so that when you turn the water on, it shoots you in the stomach. It'll shoot you and hit you with water. So I did that, and I did that to someone, and it shot my friend. It sprayed him, he got water all over himself, and he had to change. Well, I forgot that I taped the little gun on the in the sink, and I turned on the water, and it shot me too. It shot me, and I was like, oh, I did this to myself. And that's a taste of my own medicine, because it happened to me too. I meant to shoot him, but it happened to me too. So it's when something you have done in the past happens to you. It's a taste of your own medicine. So it's a fun one. It's a pretty easy one to do. So anytime something bad happens to someone that they did to someone else, you can say, well, that's a taste of your own medicine. And then anytime someone walks into your vision, you can see them, and you've been talking about them before, you can say, speak of the devil. So these are two great idioms, two very useful idioms you'll hear. My favorite, speak of the devil. I like it. It's kind of cool and powerful and creepy, but awesome. Speak of the devil. But that's one of my favorites. So those are my two idioms for today. So do I have any questions about the lesson, or do I have any future questions about other idioms, or anything? I'll take anything. And I have good news, too. AJ and I are working on getting the course, the AMP English course, done faster because we decided to go with a different web designer. The web designers were working really slow and working on a lot of AJ's stuff. So we're going with another website so that we can get it out later. Okay, do speak of the devil one more time. I can do that. Yes, for sure. So speak of the devil. Perfect example, I'll give another good example, would be, let's pretend I am talking bad about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is running for president in the United States, and I'm saying Donald Trump is a bad person. Donald Trump, I think he's stupid. Donald Trump's an idiot. He's arrogant. And then all of a sudden, Donald Trump walks in the room as I'm talking about him. And I will say, speak of the devil. And this means that speak of the person. Look, it's kind of weird that the person I'm talking about all of a sudden appears where I am. Another example would be if you're talking bad about your friend, or you're just saying anything about your friend to someone else, and then your friend walks into the room and you say, speak of the devil. So it usually happens when you're talking about someone without them being around, and then all of a sudden, a couple of minutes later, they appear. So it's kind of like talking behind someone's back, and then they appear all of a sudden. So you say, speak of the devil. We say this a lot. We say it out loud in the United States. So if I'm talking about someone and they walk in the room, I'll say, oh, speak of the devil. It can be negative and positive. You can use it both ways. It's not a completely negative phrase. So do I have any other questions? Okay, for something to be on your heels. Yeah, that's a common phrase actually. If something's on your heels, it means that it's getting very close to you. So if something's chasing after you, it's on your heels, it means it's very close to you. It's almost caught you. So we can use this in a metaphorical way, or a figurative way, where like let's say I lied about something, and I tried to hide something. Let's say I murdered someone, and I tried to hide the body and hide that I murdered someone. Well, if it's catching up to me, if I've been lying about it, and all of a sudden people are starting to find out about that I murdered someone, but I'm trying not to let them know that I did it, it's on my heels. That means that the lie is going to come, or the lie that I'm trying to hide is going to come out in public and come out in the open. But normally it's when you're trying to run away from something and it's getting close to you, it's gaining on you. It's on my heels. Okay, so what does this mean? So the hotel features a large lounge. So the hotel features a large lounge. What it means by this is that it has a large lounge. There's a large lounge inside the hotel. So a feature is a characteristic in that sentence. So something characteristic. So think of kind of like facial features. Like I have green eyes. I used to have blonde hair, but now I have brown hair, and I've got square jaw. These are all features of me. So these are all features that I have. Well, the hotel has features too. It has 2 bedrooms, or let's say it has 100 bedrooms, and it has a pool. It features a pool. It features a lounge. These are all characteristics of the hotel, things that the hotel has. Is that a good explanation? I hope that helped. Oh, cool. That helped. So the table features in my dining room. I don't know if that works that way. You could say normally it's about like commercial buildings when you say it's a feature. So let's say I'm talking about a hotel or a college or I'm trying to think of or a corporate building. If you're looking to buy a house and you're looking at the house, normally someone would say the house features a bedroom, or the house features a whatever room you talk about, or features a pool. You could talk about it that way, but usually it's like in business, it's more formal to say something features something. So do I have any other questions? So what do you do to get over when you feel bad? That's a good question. That's not an English question, but that's a good question. So if I'm feeling bad, is this like feeling sick or just kind of sad? I guess both ways. I exercise a lot. That's my preference. I exercise a lot. And my advice is to go out and do something fun. Go out and do something. I love watching movies. And go to the movie theater and go watch a movie. It's a lot more fun to go to a movie theater if you're close, and it kind of like puts you in this environment. It's all about environment. I think people are people react to the environment they're in. So you study harder when you're in a library. You work harder when you're in a library, in a quiet place, in a place that a lot of other people are studying. The reason why we go to bars is because we like to go have fun and drink when there are lots of other people drinking and having fun. I wouldn't have a lot of fun if I drank in a library or if I tried to study in a bar. So my advice is to go do something fun in a fun environment. So go out and run and exercise, go work out, go to a movie at a movie theater where it's dark and other people are watching the movie, go get excited, go for a walk